The following program is a special presentation brought to you by WXOW 19.
Good evening, everyone. After a pandemic year in 2020, we are back. The Friday night lights are ready to shine brightly once again for everyone. Over the next half hour, we'll preview the seasons for several of our area teams and zoom in a little closer on some of the programs undergoing significant change. One of those programs is Bangor, a perennial power in our area. Longtime head coach Rick Mullenberg, as well as his veteran assistant Kevin Kravick, have stepped aside. But as News 19's Travis Udall tells us, there will be a new voice leading the charge, but expect the same old Bangor.
I take it as a big responsibility. It's a reminder, every day, driving by that this is the standard that's been set.
Success is expected at Bangor High School.
All right.
And even with a new coach, the goal stays the same.
Plan is nothing's going to change too much with me being the head coach. It's still, we're same system. We're still going to be Bangor football and play to our identity and play to our strengths.
Everybody's work ethic's still the same. We all want to get better. We all have the same goal. So nothing's really changed so far.
The title of head football coach may be new to Todd Grant, but he's no stranger to the football program.
Here we had him middle school football, JV football, even in baseball, it's the same thing. He just wants us to get better, do our best. He always tells us, push hard now, it'll translate in a game, and that's what we've been doing.
Being a part of the program for 16 years, this transition seems to be as smooth as can be.
I have a relationship with the guys. I know them real well, so that makes it, and they're a good group of guys that want to do well, and that actually has made the transition for me, pretty easy.
Since 2014, the Cardinals have been a powerhouse, racking up 81 wins and just 5 losses to go along with 2 state championships.
We have a level that's been set, and we're expected to play at that level, and it's their turn.
They've also won 40 straight conference games dating back to 2013, but complacent isn't in Coach Grant's vocabulary.
I've told the guys since they were young, you're not going to be good just because it says Bangor across the front of your jersey. You have to come in, you have to put in the work, and do the things that it takes.
Coaches say it every day, even with our jerseys, we represent our town from how we play, how we act, so we just try to keep that well and represent really well.
Carrying on the tradition in Bangor. I'm Travis Udall, WXOW News 19.
Thanks, Travis. Let's begin our team previews with the MVC. Central's coming off a successful alternate spring season, finishing 4-1. They learned a lot from last spring's team, including the playmaker they have at quarterback. Senior Mason Herlitzky is a very dynamic player, poised for a very strong season, and that'll keep the new Riverhawks head coach Mitch Olson, who is the defensive coordinator, to promotion. Now, as for the dual threat QB, Herlitzky boasted head-turning numbers in the spring, finishing with over 800 yards and 9 touchdowns, while completing 62% of his passes and also rushing for over 600 yards, adding 11 scores in just 5 games. Now, the numbers are impressive, but Coach Olson says his starting quarterback's leadership is just as important.
He's a kid that we wholeheartedly believe in his abilities. He's very dynamic on the field, but just as impressive is the leadership that he brings off the field and the type of kid that he is.
It's incredible the stuff that he does, and you kind of saw in the shortened spring season just a glimpse of what he can do. So everyone here, the coaches and our teammates, the team, we're really excited to see what he can do this year with the full season.
Onalaska's offense takes a run-first approach, but with an experienced quarterback and 2 speedy receivers in Michael Skemp and Nicky Odom back, don't be surprised to see the ball in the air more. Aiden Larson and Skemp in particular connected 20 times last season for 312 yards and 3 touchdowns in just 4 games together.
We're on the same page pretty much at all times, so if I'm throwing the ball, I know he's going to be there, and I know he's going to make a play for me. We talk about it after every rep. If something goes wrong or if something we don't like there, we talk about it, and then the next time we try to implement that. So if I see something and he might not see it, we can go look at the film at night, talk about it, and then the next day we try to implement that and get on the same page.
Me and Aiden we've had a great connection these past few years. We've been playing with each other since we were little. He always knows that I'm going to be open, and he's always going to look for me, and we just we've always connected like that, and he knows that whatever spot he needs to be, I'm going to be there.
The Holman Vikings are the biggest school in our area, and they'll look to use that to their advantage this fall. They're also taking advantage of playing just a few months ago in the alternate spring season. The Vikings opted to play in the spring. They played 5 games, but now they're taking what was learned in that shortened spring season and applying it to this season. It seemed to be a blessing in disguise, and now they're hungry and ready to attack this normal 2021 season.
It was basically like a spring mini camp like colleges have, so in the end it was good because we are 1 week into the season and we have our entire offense and our entire defense installed. We have our entire special teams units for every group installed. So now we just get to fine tune for the next 2 weeks before our first game, and we got to see some guys in the spring that, you know, grew in the off season, if you want to call it that, and they come back in here and put on a little bit more weight and a little bit more size and just a little bit more hungry at this point in time because it's a normal year.
West Salem is hoping to be a program back on the rise again. They didn't win a game in 2019, but went 3-1 in the COVID-shortened season last fall. The Panthers returned 13 starters from that squad. One thing West Salem prides itself on is a number of 3-sport athletes on their roster. It's helped to bring the team closer since they've been through a lot of battles together.
When you're playing 3 sports, you're using more muscle groups than just the one specific to whatever sport you are, so it helps with injury and it just, well, gets you well-rounded. And it also builds a better relationship with your teammates and your brothers on the team.
We got a lot of different athletes that come here because of all the 3-sport athletes, and that means we're deep at every position. So I personally think that makes us a really tough football team. We got a lot of big guys, the wrestlers who are on the line, linebackers, just strong guys. We got cross-country runners, really quick, receivers, and yeah, we're deep pretty much everywhere.
Well, the Sparta Spartans are coming into the 2021 fall season with just 11 seniors, but with roughly 80 kids in the program, there's no shortage of player options. With head coach Adam Dow having a limited number of seniors, that means a lot of underclassmen are battling it out for playing time. It's made for intense practices, which should translate well when playing in the MVC. It's a good problem to have, and the Spartans are embracing the battle-hardened mentality.
That's the fun part about football, is that at any given time, all you got to do is ask for a position battle. And if you want to step up and you want to challenge somebody, the eye in the sky never lies.
Watching these guys, you know, step up into these roles and fighting for positions, it's exciting for me. I love seeing that. That was me my sophomore year. We just help them and be supportive with them, and that's all you can really do.
At Logan, the Rangers welcome back a squad that's a bit inexperienced. They have 11 seniors and 7 returning starters. One of them is Martel Owens, who ranks as one of the top defensive linemen in the state. The Mankato State recruit also plays a little fullback on offense as well. Owens is embracing his leadership role.
Everybody knows now, and it's like a little target on my back, but I like it. I like the competition and stuff, but you know, it's always room for better. So that's what I'm trying to get after this year.
It's amazing, the athletic ability that he has and his ability to run the football and play defense with his size is almost, you know, over about 300 pounds. He can do it all right now.
And the Tomah Timberwolves are ready to start the season hot. Tomah lost 20 seniors from a year ago, but that's not taken away from this year's excitement and eagerness for Friday nights. Second-year head coach Joe Protz says there's a lot of open competition for starting spots this year. There are 11 seniors this year, but it's a big junior class that makes up most of the T-Wolves, and they're ready to play big.
We're expecting a lot of juniors to step up into varsity positions, and I think they're ready for it. A lot of juniors have been working together forever, so a lot of juniors on the team are going to work together good on the varsity position, I think. The juniors really want to be out here. They work very well together, and that's what makes a football team a football team.
Still to come on Countdown to Kickoff, we'll look ahead to what we can expect in the Cooley Conference for this upcoming season. We're back in a flash.
Countdown to Kickoff. This News 19 sports special is sponsored locally by Ultra Federal Credit Union, Ace of Lacrosse, and by Western Technical College.
We know it's more than just a ride. It's your ticket to a dirt road. It's your pass to the fast lane, or a weekend on the open water. Adventure is out there no matter the season. With a vehicle loan from Ultra, enjoy low rates and no payments for 90 days. Apply from anywhere, morning or night, with approvals in just minutes. We know it's more than just a ride. It's your key to freedom. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters for all seasons. For spring work, talk to the Ace experts about cleanup and repair on the house after a long winter. They also have everything for lawn, gardening, and landscaping. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, and if you only need it short-term, rent it. For spring play, Ace has all of your fishing needs, poles, bait, and tackle. Ace would like to ask, do you think grilling out is work or play? Either way, Ace has the grills, fuels, and accessories. For all 4 seasons, Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters on Mormon Cooley Road.
It's time for a comeback, a return to the college experience you've dreamed of, where your education is safe, brimming with possibility, and face-to-face. It's time to become a Cavalier. Personify your passion with degrees earned safely on campus, starting with our summer and fall 2021 terms, all affordably priced and academically challenging. It's time to look to the future. Apply today at westerntc.edu. It's time.
Thinking about who's watching is something that goes into every story I talk about.
We fact check everything. We're not always rushing to be first to report things because we want to make sure that things are accurate.
This is what our community is looking for. We're sharing the information that you need to know in a way that you can relate to.
And I think now especially, people are turning to local news even more.
We are beholden to you, the viewers, and being that trusted source is something we do not take lightly.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff, where our Season of Change theme continues with the Cooley Conference. Aquinas will play its first season in the Cooley. The days of struggling program and the bigger MVC are a distant memory. Aquinas figures to contend in the Cooley. They have 21 seniors and 17 returning starters back, both big numbers for a small school. Strong-armed quarterback Jackson Flotmeyer is one of those returners. He threw for 801 yards and 12 touchdowns in 7 games last fall. The Blue Gold's passing game should be dynamic with the return of speedy and talented receivers Quinn Miskowski and Chris Wilson.
I love it. I love it. It's something I love to do every day, and having guys like Quinn and Chris out there catching the ball is amazing. I think we have a really good connection, so he knows where I'm going with the ball, and I know where he's going when he runs a route.
Jackson puts it right where it needs to be all the time, and he really makes me look pretty good. He just throws it to the right spot, and I just can go get it. And we have a pretty good chemistry. He knows where I'm going to run, and I know where he's going to throw it, and it works out pretty good.
Arcadia's impressive showing during the spring alternate season is making them one of the favorites to win the Cooley this season, too. They're back at it after going 5-1 in the spring. The Raiders lost some key players but returned dynamic quarterback Caden Updike, who threw for 8 touchdown passes in the shortened season. They also returned their top rusher and receiver, so Arcadia knows teams will be coming after them.
It does put a target on our back. People show a lot of respect to us, and if we want to win the conference, we got to come to play. Our conference is pretty even this year, and if we want to be number 1, well, we got to come and play every week.
At GET, Jeff Wiseman inherits a program that's made it to the playoffs in 16 of the last 17 playoff eligible seasons. He spent last season as an assistant and replaces longtime head coach John Steffenhagen. Wiseman will also add some tweaks to the offense, including more use of shotgun formation and more passing.
We're still going to be a run-first football team, but we're going to mix up the formations, and we'll be in the shotgun a majority of the time and just trying to create. We think we have some athletes that maybe we can get in space, but you know, the foundation of GT football is power running, and that's what we're still going to be, but we're just going to dance it up a little bit and make it look a little bit different.
In Westby, the Norsemen did not win a game in their 5-game season in 2020. It was a tough year to say the least, but this year's team is grinding in camp and they're focused on one thing, and that's winning a game.
Our main goal is to just win a game. We want to compete and win a game because we haven't won a game. You know, last year we didn't win we were 0-5, so we would just want to start there. And if we get that done, then we'll reassess and we'll try to win another game. Our focus is not the postseason, it's not week 6, it's getting prepared for that first game, and we go to Blackhawk the first week, and that's going to be a tough game.
And down the Lutefisk Highway to Viroqua, where they're breaking in a new head coach. Austin Jones takes over the program from Dwayne Selecki. Jones is hoping to lead Viroqua to a breakthrough season. They haven't had a winning season since 2018. They went 1-6 during the spring alternate season. Black River Falls took its lumps in the spring alternate season, playing a tough schedule, finishing 1-5. But several skill position players are back, including quarterback Evan Voss, which is giving the Tigers reason for optimism this fall. Still more to come on Countdown to Kickoff when we return. Another perennial power program in our area is undergoing some major changes. We'll head to DeSoto, plus more team previews after this timeout.
We're working to bring together community members to speak freely and openly about ways we can all make real, lasting change in our community. We want to be a platform of education, understanding, and empathy.
Each person is unique and has a valuable and unique viewpoint.
I challenge you to take action. I dare you to take action.
We still have so many things in common. The connection is still there.
Watch on WXOW.com/conversations.
Life is busy, so why not expect more from your online and mobile banking? More simple and secure ways to access your money and more time for what matters. With Ultra, you never need to put your plans on hold. Bank how, when, and where you want to. We'll go with you. With Ultra's online and mobile banking, we are always open, which means you can deposit checks, send money, pay bills, and so much more from any device on your schedule. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters for all seasons. For spring work, talk to the Ace experts about cleanup and repair on the house after a long winter. They also have everything for lawn gardening and landscaping. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, and if you only need it short term, rent it. For spring play, Ace has all of your fishing needs, poles, bait, and tackle. Ace would like to ask, do you think grilling out is work or play? Either way, Ace has the grills, fuels, and accessories. For all 4 seasons, Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters on Mormon Cooley Road.
It's time for a comeback, a return to the college experience you've dreamed of, where your education is safe, brimming with possibility, and face-to-face. It's time to become a Cavalier. Personify your passion with degrees earned safely on campus, starting with our summer and fall 2021 terms, all affordably priced and academically challenging. It's time to look to the future. Apply today at westerntc.edu. It's time.
What is the dew point?
What causes wind gusts?
What's the difference between that solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse?
The News 19 Storm Tracker weather team is here to answer your weather questions.
We want to answer those questions for you.
So we're breaking that down into a formula.
Warmer air holds more moisture than cooler air.
The Earth is actually passing between the moon and the sun.
Using our expertise to teach you about your weather wonders. We're News 19, your hometown team.
And that's your Weather Wise.
Welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. We head down to the Pit, one of my favorite local high school stadiums. To start this segment, the DeSoto Pirates are suiting up for a big year. It'll be a year of firsts and a year of lasts. News 19's Declan Levy explains.
Scott, there's no shortage of deep, rich history within the DeSoto football program. The Pirates are riding a streak older than me, but no matter what happens this season, it's coming to an end as big changes are ahead.
All right, get a break. It's going to be a change for everybody.
Ready, breakdown!
But it's a move made out of necessity.
The 2021 season marks the last time the DeSoto Pirates will play 11-man football.
We just looked at our numbers coming in the future.
Last year, the program had just 3 freshmen. Enrollment within the school district is down, so that led to the decision to play 8-man football starting next season.
They always say, play every play as if it's your last, and this is our last season of 11-man. It's a rich tradition down here, dating back long before me. So the kids understand and know that, and they'll play hard every game that we're down here.
Part of that tradition is winning. The Pirates have made the postseason 25 years in a row. It's a number to pay attention to, and it's a streak the team has no intention of breaking.
All the kids are aware of it. The community is aware of it. It's something we're proud of down here to be a small school and have that kind of streak going.
Senior captain Joshua Boardman is one of those kids aware of the streak, and he's ready to make it 26 years.
I don't think I feel pressure, because I've been around it. We got to know what we got to do. We want that conference championship. We want to make the playoff run. We want to get there. My brother played 4 years ago, and he's always like, you better not be losing that playoff appearance. I worked for that, and I think we just have a good time. We're out here working hard every day.
The history of 11-man football at DeSoto may be winding down, but there's one more full season coming. Then it's time to start a new streak. Hard at work in the pit. Declan Levy, WXOW News 19.
All right, thanks, Declan. DeSoto has 24 players on this year's squad and opens up their last season in 11-man football on Friday at home against Assumption. More teams on the move. Luther will have a different-looking 2021 season. Head coach Matthew Schiebel and his team have lots of confidence heading into this season, and a big reason why is that they're playing in a new conference. Luther's now in the Scenic Bluffs, and it gives them a chance to compete with schools their size. The Knights bring a solid running game and a veteran offensive line. This 2021 season feels fresh for Luther, and a new conference brings high morale.
It's a real confidence booster. We have a lot of, it's like uncertain what's going to happen. We've never played these teams before, but I think a lot of us are going into these games feeling confident and knowing that we can win.
Mentally for the kids, it helps a ton, but physically, we've been able to be in games in the first half with a lot of schools that have been larger than us, and then the second half when we're still playing offense, defense, same guys, the war of attrition really took its toll. So just playing against other schools and other teams that are facing the same situation is going to be beneficial, I think.
Meanwhile, if anybody's going to catch Bangor in the Scenic Bluffs, maybe it's Cashton. They nearly beat Bangor during the spring alternate season, losing in the final seconds. Head coach Jared Hemmersbach returns 17 starters from a team that went 6-1. Among the top players returning, running back Colin O'Neill, who ran for just under 1,000 yards in 7 games. In the Dairyland Conference, Blair Taylor looking for another dominating season after rolling to an 8-0 record last year. There will be some rebuilding, though, with just 6 returning starters. One of them is quarterback Kane Fremstad, a 3-year starter who threw for 13 touchdowns and ran for 5 more. Melrose Mindoro always seems to be in the mix for the Dairyland title, and that figures to continue again this season. Under Torrey Lockington, the Mustangs have 9 starters returning from a team that went 4-3 last fall. One of those is running back Rafe Radcliffe, who had 281 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns in 6 games last season. Still more to come on this Countdown to Kickoff special. We'll check in on one local program that's hitting the reset button on varsity football this season. Plus, oh yeah, that team with that mega winning streak, you may have heard of them, Caledonia. Yeah, we'll hear from them as well. Stay with us.
Countdown to Kickoff. This News 19 sports special is sponsored locally by Ultra Federal Credit Union, Ace of Lacrosse, and by Western Technical College.
Home. It's more than just a roof and 4 walls. It's where life happens. It's a place for backyard barbecues, pillow fights, and bedtime stories. Getting pre-qualified for a home loan from Ultra is easy. Whether you are buying, building, or refinancing, our experienced lenders can help. We provide local service from start to finish, which means we'll always be here for you, so that you can focus more on the moments that matter. Ultra Federal Credit Union, helping you live your best life.
Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters for all seasons. For spring work, talk to the Ace experts about cleanup and repair on the house after a long winter. They also have everything for lawn, gardening, and landscaping. Lawnmowers, chainsaws, and if you only need it short term, rent it. For spring play, Ace has all of your fishing needs, poles, bait, and tackle. Ace would like to ask, do you think grilling out is work or play? Either way, Ace has the grills, fuels, and accessories. For all 4 seasons, Ace of Lacrosse is your work and play headquarters on Mormon Cooley Road.
It's time for a comeback, a return to the college experience you've dreamed of, where your education is safe, brimming with possibility, and face-to-face. It's time to become a Cavalier. Personify your passion with degrees earned safely on campus, starting with our summer and fall 2021 terms, all affordably priced and academically challenging. It's time to look to the future. Apply today at westerntc.edu. It's time.
Tournament time is one of our signature events.
He does such a great job with those broadcasts. He has that drive for local sports that makes you feel like he's still a part of the game in a way.
And that enthusiasm is infectious. He sincerely dives into these projects, and when you watch him during tournament time,
he brings a level of excitement. He punches up that energy. You can't help but feel invested.
It's really something to see.
Scott Emmerich, a part of your hometown team.
And welcome back to Countdown to Kickoff. The La Crescent Lancers are back to varsity ball after only playing at the JV level the last 2 seasons. News 19's Declan Levy went to the first varsity practice in over 2 years to see how the Lancers are prepping for a season at the highest level.
We're back and ready to rock and roll.
With roughly 50 kids practicing on day 1, La Crescent is back. The school cut the varsity team in 2016 because of low numbers and competition. It was a hard decision, but the right one.
Pride check for sure, but we had to do what was best for the program.
Now that they're able to field the varsity team, this first week of practice is crucial, as this will be the first time ever putting the pads on for a lot of players.
We coach kids up along the way, and everybody's kind of in a similar boat those first couple days. It's a lot of talking and working guys through and trying to find the fits.
The team lacks experience, no doubt, but Coach will match his team's resilience with anyone. They'll learn and grow together.
Yep, there you go, good. We just haven't been in some of those moments, the big moments, if you will, and what it feels like to play on Friday nights, because that's significantly different than Monday afternoons in a JV game. So it'll be a process along the way, and we'll have our, we'll have our bumps and bruises, but we'll figure it out as we go.
The seniors were freshmen when varsity got the boot, so for this group to stick it out is telling about their character, and they're ready to bring it.
Some of us have been playing since 3rd grade. So, I mean, we've just gotten really close. We've gotten really good relationships, and we just have fun. We're an actual team, and we're not just some JV team. And just to prove that we're here and we're good.
We have a good group of guys that's bought into our system, that's bought into what we believe, that's bought into the weight room, that's worked extremely hard throughout not just this off season, but throughout this entire process that we've been through.
Back to business in La Crescent. Declan Levy, WXOW News 19.
All right, thanks, Declan. And finally, we saved the best for last. No area team is more decorated than the Caledonia Warriors. Before the pandemic season last year, they had won 5 straight Minnesota Class AA state titles. Caledonia received the surprising news a couple of weeks ago that their star quarterback and one of the top players in the state, Eli King, will not play this season. The Iowa State basketball recruit is sitting out his senior year. He injured his knee during football season last fall. But folks, it's Caledonia, and they're still uber talented. And you can't talk about the Warriors without talking about the streak. 71 straight wins, second most in Minnesota State history. They know the questions are coming about it, and they've learned how to handle it with a simple approach.
We're just worried about getting better, doing the best we can, prepping for Lake City, just giving them the best ball game we can. And I know that's not the answer that you want, but I mean, their attention span is maybe 7 seconds, and I'm not kidding.
Just kind of go and play the best we can. Don't really try and worry about the streak when we play. Just as best we can that game and take who comes next pretty much.
Yeah, they're always loaded with athletes there. Caledonia was only able to play 3 games last fall due to the pandemic. Folks, that's going to do it for this year's Countdown to Kickoff. Thanks to Declan Levy, and a special thanks to our photographer, Travis Udell, who put on all the miles and put all that terrific video you saw together for us on this half-hour special. So, folks, let the Friday night lights shine. High school football is back. I'll see you out there.